Hello, I'm Simulator Dick and welcome back to Trainz. And here we are on a coal train on the Donnybrook map. Let's go outside. And here we are. What do we have? We have a big long Aurizon coal train with some locos that I've just purchased. And we're on the Donnybrook map, so we're about to head south. One thing that I really hate with the coal trains up here in the Hunter Valley, and I get the reason why they are how they are, but they're so dirty in many instances, and they look fantastic when they're clean. So no dirty locos if I can help it. So let's go. We'll have to have a look at our signal here and do not pass this signal. This so I wonder. Let's go for a walk. So signal Charlie Hotel 03. Whoops, we did not mean to do that. We have an XBT in the yard. How did we get there? Alright, let's go for a walk. Let's stop that. Now, of course, we shouldn't have to do this, but Charlie Hotel 03 is at stop. Right, the points are set for there. Now, I am wondering if it's... So it says that the route's unsignaled. I don't think that's true. But maybe because how we left the points for the previous... But that doesn't... Ah, I did that again. Do not pass this signal. The line ahead is unsignaled. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the cab. And we're going to roleplay that this signal has failed. So we'll move ahead to the next one. We've we've roleplayed that we've spoken to train control and that we're okay to proceed past this signal and see what happens at the next one. Now these locos are from Hotbox Creations. Hotbox content rather. I had authority. So we have to travel at a slower speed than normal because we have passed the signal at stop. Let's have a look at what I think's happened, because the last time we had an episode where we parked the XPT in the siding, those points are probably still facing into the siding. That's probably what's happened. Now this next set of points should be not of any concern to us, but we will stop short of them. And we will go for a walk again. Or have I been a complete numpty? I wouldn't have thought so. Okay. Those points are set against us. So that certainly didn't help. So if the points couldn't be operated automatically, it would be the job of the second person alongside us to be getting down. And so I am sort of playing two roles here. So we'll go to these next set of points. Now we've got the XPT and a dev set in the, what I'm going to call the up yard. Alright, those sets of points are set for us. Alright, we'll get back in the cab. Alright, we can go a bit further. We've double checked that set of points. So our next set of points after the platform, they're the ones that I set for the XPT to go into the yard. Because I'm doing this and I still don't 100% know what I'm doing, this could be the reason why. Rather than just taking over a train. And sometimes this could be what it's like. That you're out in the middle of nowhere, relatively speaking, and a lot of the points these days are centrally controlled. So the people in the control center will do what they can, but sometimes they need a little bit of a help from the crew. Which reminds me, there are our crew. Hello, crew. At 2:30 in the afternoon. And yes, we've got a long train to deal with. But we're the next train, so sometimes it's our problem and sometimes it's the guy behind us. Or the train behind us. So just after the platform is another set of points and another signal, which at the end of the last episode I set to go into the siding, to put the XPT in the siding. Probably took me another half an hour to get all this sorted, including buying these locos. Alright, so we've got a couple of points to check here. We've got the points coming out of the dock platform. And then we also have the ones going into the siding. So let's have a look at that. So out we get again. Alright, well, there's signals at stop too. So let's have a look. We've got standing train protection. So these points are okay. Now these points, as I suspected, are set for the yard. So we've changed those. And we said that those are set. So second person gets back to their cab, which is at the moment me. Alright. Now hopefully, okay, that signal is cleared. So that set of points leading into the yard, that was our problem. There's our crew. That's a horrible camera, line-side camera there. So let's have a look at what we've got on board. We've got 3 Aurizon class locos. I needed to be further back. So down here, considering that they are called the diesel multiple unit or DMU sightings, I've put a couple of Endeavour trains down there. So we've got 3 Aurizon locos of the 6,000 or 5,000 class. There's a 5,000 class on the back, on the back of the 3 there. The wagons are empty because I just assembled them on the main line. So this consist would run in the Hunter Valley. And I'm also keen to see that on the side here, if I can just go to my chase cam for a moment. Well, that's not going to help. On the sides of the coal wagons, you'll notice that there's on every wagon there's an arrow that says direction of travel, and they're all pointing forwards, because the whole idea of these consists, the way they are, and the use of balloon loops at either end, is that they run in the same direction all the time, and they basically stay together as one big unit. The locos might get changed occasionally, or they'll get refueled on the way through somewhere at the service centre. The Aurizon one in the Hunter Valley is at Hexham. But something interesting that I'm going to talk about now is how in the Hunter Valley of New South Wales, in New South Wales, the 3 major operators for coal trains do things somewhat differently sometimes with their loco consist. Now at the front here, and this is when I'm filming train videos in the real world, I like to film, especially in the Hunter Valley, the whole train. Now we're watching an Aurizon train now. Generally they'll have 2 or 3 locos at the front, but what they sometimes also have on different trains is they'll have 1 at the front and they'll have 1 at the back, or 2 at the front, 1 at the back, and that's the way that they do their distributed power. Now on Pacific National, we didn't get to the end of the train. So for Pacific National, they'll have 2 or 3 locos at the front, and when they're doing distributed power, they'll often have a helper loco in the middle, rather than a Aurizon at the back. But that's not on every train. Now, One Rail, who we haven't seen yet, and I'm actually waiting for their locos to come out so I can feature them, they don't do distributed power at all. They have their 2 or 3 locos on the front, and then that's it. So it can be very different the way that these operate. And these are long trains, and this took me a while to put together. Make sure they're all coupled up. And it's looking pretty sweet, even though they're empty. Now it's interesting that it's staying on this view for a long time. Do have a surprise coming up. If it worked, I want to see if it worked. It should have worked. Now I was mentioning that sometimes Aurizon have a loco on the back for their distributed power. And there it is. And it's working, and it's got the red lights in the back, and it's got the blinds down. So effectively on this particular train, we've got 4 locos. Sometimes the way Aurizon do it... Oh, that's just going to blow me out of the water. Here we go, that's a little better. Yeah, so the way that Aurizon do their locos on the back, sometimes they're arranged so sometimes they're arranged with the loco's cab facing backwards, and sometimes it's facing the way that it is. So we're actually going quite nice. I like it when the loco is on the back and it's arranged the way that it is. So in theory, if need be, a crew can get in the back, and then they could drive the train in the opposite direction. Oh, there's a 20 there, and I didn't realise. And sometimes this is the issue you have with coal train driving especially, is that you've got the back of your train in this environment where it could be at the bottom of a hill, and yet you've got the front of your train in a totally different environment. So you got your top of your train here, your front of your train at the top of a hill or going up a hill, and yet you've got your tail end on the flat. So we've got the back of the train still switching onto the other track. So here comes the back of the train now. So the whole train's still in the 20 zone. Oh, now we're in a 65 zone. So we can... Now, as I may have said on other episodes, but just in case you knew, I've driven passenger multiple units, but I've never driven a loco, and especially not one of these coal trains. But I've seen enough of them in time. But it must be a skillful job to be able to, my job I think skillful enough, but the freight guys are next level. So we're just going to let the train pass through the countryside and enjoy this empty Aurizon coal train as we climb up the hill. Every man and his dog are out to see the train. Oh, I've just discovered something. I've just discovered how to let the computer drive the train for me. So I am no longer controlling this train. And so the train is driving at track speed. You go via the driver control center to do this, by the way. I'll probably forget how to do this. I do record my episodes in batches. Oh, hang on. What's that green line? And why is that there all of a sudden? Okay, I don't know what that green line is there for. That's annoying. I need to figure out how to turn that line off. Track path display. Oh, now I've got the display totally turned off. Well, I might as well, considering I'm just driving in. Just letting the computer do all the work. But that green line's still there. Session options. Oh, this is how I can change the time and date. Oh, this is me adjusting the time. Look at the shadows changing. Now it's dark. We won't be doing that. So 12 o'clock. Oh, we can change the weather. So we'll see what happens now that the computer is basically doing everything. Why are we stopping there? I did say to load. I didn't think it would load in the middle of the section. Why have we stopped? So we're going through the level crossing again. And we're going on what I'm thinking is the main. What I'm doing here, I'm actually just trying to experiment stopping the train. See if I can get rid of this green line. We may have to go into cab mode briefly. So I want to get rid of that green line. So alright, I may have fixed it. Now I need to see the locos for a moment because I've just... Okay, so what I've done, and I shouldn't have done... I'll just stop the train. I'm just learning these things by pressing buttons. So... I need to drive... Navigate to industry... Donnybrook Power Station. Coal unloader. Well, actually... we'll get off the train. We'll get back on the train. And then we will navigate to Donnybrook Power Station. Coal unloader. Okay, that green line's come back. So what we've done is now the train's driving itself. We've basically said, you drive yourself to the Donnybrook Power Station. What I tried to do was you drive to the loading point, but because the loading point's behind me, the train thought it had to go in reverse. So first of all, I have to navigate to the coal loader, and I know that I'm empty, and then I have to navigate back to the coal loader, and then back to the power station. So we'll see how that goes. I'm still trying to get rid of that green line, which according to the menu should not be there. But for some reason it is there. No, I don't want to change control mode. navigate to... Alright, so now we're so now I'm just going to leave it alone because I think I've got it figured out. We are going and the train will drive itself. I'm trying to get rid of that green line that's on the tracks. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm just trying to find out how to get rid of it. So we're going to navigate to the coal unloader. And we're going to see what happens. So what happens now? F5. Now if I go to... No, we'll just let it keep going. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go through, let the train drive itself and see what happens when we get to Donnybrook. See how it handles the loops. I really want to get rid of this green line, but it seems like for the moment that I can't. It should be off according to what I'm reading online, but it's not. Because it's operating automatically. So stay tuned and we'll watch the train go to the power station. So I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Certainly in the learning phase, not only with running the trains, working out the audio, and all of that sort of thing. Thank you very much for watching as we run our Aurizon coal train through the countryside and arrive at Donnybrook. I've been Simulator Dirk. You've been wonderful. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta and farewell. Well, I wasn't expecting to get here so quick. So we're at the unloading point. So we're at the power station. So we're at the unloading point. Now we're empty. So that's probably why the system's a bit confused. It's like, hang on, dude, but you're empty. So what we'll do, now that we've arrived here, we'll end the episode. But on the next episode, we'll do the complete trip from role-playing of emptying the coal